So would you like to have more energy and then have more energy to do more with your personal life, with your career, your business, your entire life in general? But do you find that sometimes you're waking up and you're like, oh, I've got to do it all over again, and you're working long hours, you're starting earlier, you're finishing later, you're not getting enough sleep, you're not getting enough quality sleep, you're not eating the right foods, you're not moving your body, you're getting really tied down with all these things, it feels heavy. Well, let me tell you how I'm going to do this, how I do this, and how my energy is super high, and what feedback I get about how I do this too. My name is Trishul Vadi. I'm an entrepreneur and super success seeker, and in this video I'm going to tell you all of my secrets about how I get more energy. Now, recently, one of my team members was really kind to compliment me and give me some feedback saying that how they're really inspired by how much energy I have because they see the hours that I put in and I'm consistent with my energy levels throughout that whole time. And they're like, how do you do it? What is your secret? And it got me thinking, because sometimes, for me, when you're in this sort of thing, it's just natural to you. You just don't even think about, what's different, how you're doing it. It's not designed that way. But I guess it is. But by default and naturally, I've just kind of organically worked out how things work and don't work for me. And what it got me thinking was one of the main tools I've used. I know it sounds really kind of spiritual and airy-fairy. Well, spiritual is not necessarily airy-fairy, but generally feels a bit out there, which is I've just literally sat down and gone, what impact do I need to make to the world? What value can I bring to the world? And how am I going to do it? As I started that was my first step, was to figure that out. And that's what I've spoken about in other videos as well, about when you start a business. Don't look at it as, I'm going to make loads of money, I'm going to buy the yacht and the jet and all the rest of it. That's not how it works. What you want to do is find a problem that you want to solve, and that's the problem of value that you can actually solve. Second thing is, as you do that, as you start that off and you go into sort of the second stage or 1.5 stages, and you progress through your career and your business, and the business grows, there are more demands placed on you as a leader initially because you're still wearing all the hats, you're still doing all the things that you're meant to be doing. You're doing the marketing, you're doing the actual production of whatever it is that you're creating or producing as a service or product. You're doing all the PR work, you're recruiting, you're hiring, you do all those different things all at the same time. You're doing the accounting, all that kind of stuff as well. And how do you keep on top of all of that? Well, you're going to get to a point where you'll hit a critical mass level, and this happens several times throughout your progression, and you'll hit a critical mass level where you go, right, I need some help. So you then add in more people, and then when you do that, then they're looking to you for leadership and guidance, and you've got to then not only do all those other things and see them being overlooked properly, but at the same time lead those team members too. And as your team grows, you've got to keep growing that enthusiasm and so on. And also at the same time, don't forget your customers and client base will also be growing as well. So you're trying to do all these things at the same time. And then on top of that, what happens over the years is that new technology, new innovation happens. So you're adding more things that you're doing. For example, 10, 15 years ago, you didn't have to even think about doing YouTube marketing properly. You were just a thing that was there. Now everyone's having to produce loads of stuff. You didn't have to do any social media stuff. Instagram wasn't even around 12 years ago. So all that kind of stuff as well. You're thinking, oh my God, how do I do all those things on top of everything else you're doing? Well, one thing you got to do is make sure that your health is right. You make sure that you're getting your nutrition right. Make sure you're in line with what you brought you into that place first as well, is making sure that you're solving those problems and that you're leading from a point which makes sense and taking it from there. That's where my enthusiasm comes from. It's not a case of me going, okay, how much more money can I make today? Because that's not anything. It's not about, how many more people can I see? Well, that is a lot of it because I want to impact more people, but be intelligent about it. It's not the ego thing, look at how many people I've seen. It's nothing to do with that. It's how many people have we seen, how many people can we impact and help, because that's the service, that's the business, and that's the product as well. And you can apply that same principle even if you haven't got a business. If you're somebody who's helping look after your family, you're working from home, or or not even working, maybe just looking after the family at home. That's an important aspect you can take into your account, where you can look after everyone by applying those strategies as well. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please do leave me a comment. I love your feedback so I can produce more valuable content for you. And also please do share this video and also subscribe to all of my social media channels. Thanks for watching.